This is fun for me. You know, it's coming back, teaching kids, you know, the fundamentals.
The fundamentals.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for coming out to the RuJohn Foundation. We've been doing this since 2003. This is our 20th anniversary. Thank you.
Quite a bit of actors, and obviously I'm very familiar with King Bach, and a friend of mine who is an actor who actually had done the volunteer service, come down and work with quite a bit of the children here when they were doing Montego Bay and Kingston, like years ago. And he said, you know, you should really be a part of this because it's a wonderful thing that the RuJohns are doing. And they didn't really have like a casting director presence at the time. They had, you know, actors who were obviously actors who are coaches and can teach acting, but not from the casting director point of view. So I thought it would be lovely to come and just support what they're doing because I think it's really, really important.
This is RuJohn's 20th year. Is this your first time with RuJohn?
This is my first, yeah.
What's
Good
the
one to
experience?
start on, I suppose. My experience has just been a few hours. So first experience in Jamaica all around. First experience with the foundation. So we have had some communication over the last few months. I was able to go to the gala in South Florida that Heather hosted and that they hosted locally. So it was really nice to be there and be able to get to know everybody and hear more about the organization. So I don't feel like I was completely, you know, unaware of what to expect. I knew what to expect for the most part, at least for these first few hours, and it's been great so far. I loved it. Everybody's nice. The weather's similar to South Florida. It's not too bad compared to what we get. So everything's been really nice.
What's the experience been like with RuJohn over the years?
Oh my God, it's been a beautiful experience. You know, just seeing these kids, you know, I do the Actors Boot Camp, and usually when they come into the Actors Boot Camp, the Actors Workshop, they're timid, they're shy, but we kind of like allow them to, we give them the confidence to spread their wings, so that's amazing to see. Yeah.
What's been the standout moment over the years?
The standout moment, just the entire experience. I mean, Jamaica is now like a second home for me. I love everything about Jamaica, the people, the food, the weather, the beaches, everything about Jamaica, you know. It's always that warm welcome, and you know, to be here doing something good, it feels good.
I am a volunteer with RuJohn. I've been volunteering since 2016. That was my first year. And I've been trying to come back every year since. We did stop since, I think the last trip we did was in 2019, and we stopped for COVID, of course. We didn't do it the last 2 years, so this is our first trip back, and we're really excited to be back together and see the kids.
How is it like for you having been a part of RuJohn since the pre-times? Because, you know, the pandemic is like 10 years.
It's been so much fun because we've been able to see some of the same kids come back the next year, and see them grow. And, you know, one of my favorite parts about it is seeing a kid in like an acting class go from being really shy to being really, you know, out there at the end of the class and just coming out of their shells. And so, like, the best part of it is just seeing them transform, loosen up, shake off all their nerves, and just grow the confidence they need to reach their goals.
So many young people have benefited from RuJohn in unexplainable ways. And one of the things about the Jamaican community is that Jamaicans always pay it forward. And I think, certainly from where I sit, not only is it important for me to say thank you by showing my presence to people like Ingrid and her family and the persons who come to volunteer their services and their time to Jamaica, but also to, you know, to show the gratitude that we all have for the financial contributions they make to students, because it's not only training, it's scholarships, it's awards, it's bursaries, it's lunch. so many things that go into the importance of the development of a child and a young person, and that's extraordinary. So I'm humbled to be here more than anything else.
So you are also a RuJohn alum. You've been a part of this foundation for
for about a decade, a little longer.
What's that experience been like for you?
I just seeing the change, seeing how many people are coming out now, seeing how people are involved, and it just keeps evolving and seeing, I mean, it just feels good to come out every year. Sometimes I just needed to actually, you know, reset for myself. I'm like, oh, I gotta go to Jamaica and then get back to the kids. You know, it feels good to come out, you know.
What's been the most memorable experience here?
Seeing the kids actually come out of their shells, because for me, it's like, we do get to travel, right? Everyone gets to travel. Well, not everyone, but when you get to travel, it's fun. But just seeing kids that are like super shy, then come out of their shell, and then 5 years later, they like email me or they DM me on my Instagram and say, hey, you're the reason why I'm doing this now. I'm like, that's kind of cool. So it feels good to see that happen.
We want to thank you wholeheartedly from Kingston College for the support you've given us, support you've given Jamaica anyhow, because we know that you are the powerhouse. Andrew's there for another powerhouse, but we also know that you're doing a lot. And so Christian, on behalf of Kingston College, I want to present you with this Dr. Christina Bachelor. I want to present you with this award. Thank you.
Yes.
But I am confused. Did you start this when you were 14?
Yeah, back in 2003. Yeah, we used it as we came as a trip for school, and we came with just like little school supplies, maybe 1 computer, 2 computers, pens, papers, little stuff like that. And then over the years, we just came back and it got bigger and bigger. And now you see, now we have a whole sports camp. You know, we're doing golf this year, rugby, soccer, basketball, football, everything. Yeah.
What's that been like doing this outreach with not just your parents, but your sister?
Oh yeah, it's been great. Like she's the operation behind the whole thing. You know, she works hard. We planned pretty much the entire year just leading up to this day. So
So a lot of us know you in your capacity as a comedian, and we don't always see you as a philanthropist. Is that hard for you to maintain that constantly?
No, I think it's this is fun for me. You know, it's coming back, teaching kids, you know, the fundamentals.
The fundamentals.
Yeah. Acting workshops, you know, dancing workshops, music, everything. It's just fun to give back.
What's the experience been like so far?
It's been incredible. I got in yesterday and I was there for the event and for the giveaway for all the scholarships. And it was so awesome to see how it affects everyone in such a positive way.
And is this your first time in Jamaica as well?
This is my first time in Jamaica. Isn't that crazy? But not my last. I love it here. I was actually supposed to leave tomorrow, but I extended my flight so I could be here longer.
What's been your favorite part so far?
Probably the people. The people are beyond nice and genuine and so warm and welcoming. That would be my favorite part.
And I know a lot of people have been talking about the food. What's the best thing you've had so far?
Oh man, I think the rice and beans and the fish I just had. I think the way Jamaica just seasons the food is perfection. I can't get enough of it.
As you've noticed, Jamaicans do have an affinity for you, and I'm sure you know why. What's it like to come back to Jamaica every year for this specific reason?
Well, first of all, I haven't been able to come in about 5-6 years because of the pandemic. So it's really refreshing to come now because I have a 14-year-old daughter. So I used to have to leave her to come to this event, and now I get to bring her.
Yes, I saw you with Samaya last night. What was it like coming for first time on Father's Day, especially?
Right, that's why I always had to stay back home. You know, life changes, man, and it happens really quickly. So to be able to bring her, it's been really eye-opening for her just to see another culture. It's her first time here. She's actually going to Europe too, so I wanted her to get some diversity in what she's going to see this summer. And so I was like, we're going to stop at Jamaica first. A lot of the kids also know me from some of the things that I've been doing on Netflix, so they'll come up to me and they'll be like, oh, it's him from The Big Show, and so many different things. I was in Adam Sandler's Hustle as well. I got to keep the chains moving. But to be loved, I mean, I can never complain about that, man. So Urkel, Stefan, all the characters that I played as a young person, for those characters to find kids today that are, 11, 12, 13 years old, that's pretty amazing.